We're satisfying our French fry craving with healthier, crispy sweet potato fries that are quickly baked and not deep fried. Then we're taking them to the next level by loading them up with avocado slices, tomatoes, feta cheese, and a super simple Greek yogurt barbecue sauce. Hello, my name is Nicole Bonilla, and if you love healthier recipes made with all natural ingredients, then you are in the right place. Sweet potatoes are one of my favorite ingredients because of their nutritional value as well as their delicious, naturally sweet taste. So to make these sweet potato fries, we're gonna start with about 1 to 2 medium-sized potatoes, or about 1.5 pounds. First, I peeled the sweet potatoes and then I carefully cut them down into these French fry shapes. And they're about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch thick. Now to add the seasoning to our sweet potatoes and to make sure that they aren't too greasy, we're going to add our ingredients to a mixing bowl. Now you're welcome to jot these down as we go along, or you can click on the link in the video description below, and that will take you to the recipe, which has all the details. So I'm gonna start with 2 tablespoons of extra light olive oil. You can also use avocado oil or extra virgin olive oil. Then I'll add a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of salt, and a few dashes of black pepper. Now I'll just quickly stir these all together. Now of course you could adjust these seasonings to be just the way you like. And then we're gonna simply add in our sweet potato fries and hopefully get them all in the bowl. Now we'll just give them a good stir until they're all evenly coated. Now some recipes will have you just drizzle the oil over the sweet potatoes once they're onto your baking pan, but I found that that can make them a little bit too soggy, so I like this method better, and you can make sure that they're coated with oil on all sides. Now to bake these sweet potato fries, you'll want to use a large baking sheet. And I find it works best if you have a rack that you can put inside your sheet. But if you don't, that's okay too. You can just line the bottom of your pan with a sheet of parchment paper. But by using the rack, the sweet potatoes can cook on all sides, whereas with the parchment paper, you will have to take them out of the oven and flip them halfway through. So now I'm just going to spread the sweet potatoes out on my pan. Then I'm going to do my best to separate them and make sure none of them are touching, and that will allow the air to circulate and allow them to get nice and crispy. Well, these look great and they're ready to go into a 425-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until they look nice and toasted and are golden brown on the edges. Now if you spread them out on parchment paper, you'll just want to flip them over halfway so that the bottoms get crispy as well. Now while our sweet potatoes are in the oven, we'll go ahead and make a very simple dipping sauce. Now you can use any sauce you like, but my favorite is to use a Greek yogurt honey barbecue sauce. So we'll start by adding 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt to a bowl and a tablespoon of my healthy honey barbecue sauce. You can use any variety that you like. And for a little extra oil and creaminess, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of my homemade mayonnaise. And then we'll just whisk these together. That looks so good. We'll go in for a little pinky test. I love that it has a little bit of tang as well as high protein from the Greek yogurt and a little bit of sweetness from the barbecue sauce, and then that little bit of creaminess coming in from the mayonnaise. And then we can let this hang out in the fridge until our fries are ready. Well, here are our sweet potatoes right out of the oven, and they look amazing. I did end up leaving them in for a few extra minutes just to make sure they get that nice golden crispy edge. Now you could enjoy these as is or load them up with a few extra toppings. One of my favorites is fresh avocado. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut open my avocado and dice it up into some nice little chunks. And then I have some chopped tomatoes, which I really like using these little grape tomatoes because you can slice them crosswise and then you get these really cute little circular shapes. But of course, any tomatoes would work. And then I have some feta cheese as well as some finely chopped chives. Grab some sweet potatoes right off the pan. And I love how the bottoms get those little lines from the baking rack. While they're still warm, I'm gonna add on my feta cheese and then it will slightly melt over them. Sprinkle on a few tomatoes and a few of my little avocado pieces, a drizzle of our yogurt barbecue sauce, oh yum, and a sprinkle of our chopped chives. And then you can decide if you want to go in as finger food or if you want to use a fork. But since I'm on camera, I'll be a little more civilized and use a fork. That is incredible. As soon as you bite in, you get the crunch from the outside of the sweet potato, but then the inside is just really soft and flavorful. And then the smooth avocado and that salty feta cheese and that little bit of fresh tomato and the chive. That is seriously so good. And I love that it's made with clean, natural ingredients, which means I'm gonna feel just as good even after I eat it. And I love sharing these healthier alternatives to our favorite fast foods. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today in my kitchen. I've included a link to the full recipe in the video description below. That takes you to my website, gentletummy.com. And I also invite you to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you know someone else who you think would love this recipe, please share this video with them. And I cannot wait to have you hang out with me again in my kitchen.